Hello stock traders, I hope all of you are having a great day, and in today's video I'm going to give you 5 stocks that could squeeze this week, and this is based on the numbers. Now the market will need to be right, and what I mean by right is we will need to have a surge in the Russell, and so that is one thing to watch about. I'm going to talk about in this video, but I'm going to give you 5 stocks that if we got that surge in the Russell, that these are stocks that could squeeze huge. So you will want to stay till the end of the video and check out what I have to say. Now, before I get going in this video, if you could do me a favor and please hit that most amazing and wonderful like button. Also, if you haven't done so before, please subscribe and turn on those bell notifications so you get notified when a new video comes out. If you want my buy and sell alerts from my insiders to PDUFAs and all the other great strategies that I cover on a daily basis, then you will want to be a member of our Patreon group. There is a link in the description down below. I hope to see you in our private Discord that is attached to that Patreon. Anyway, let's get into it. Let's start talking about these different stocks and see what we got going on here. All right, so first of all, I'm going to talk about the Russell. Now, the Russell is really, really important, and the reason it is so important when tracking these short squeezes is that most of them are small caps, and so you want to see the Russell really moving upwards and surging upwards before you enter a position on any of these stocks, because if we are having a down day, these will not do well. So if you are watching the Russell and it's in the middle of a sell-off, this is not the time to be buying these 5 stocks that I'm about to start talking about. I'm also going to talk about a little bit of a strategy and how I do it. So I go to as you can see my cursor right here, I go to the 5-minute chart, and this is how I trade. So what I look for is I look for entry points and exit points. Now, each one of these candles represents 5 minutes. Now, when we have a cross to the positive, like we have right here, then this is a good opportunity to enter. So if I saw this, I would enter somewhere within this candle. And so that would have been right around 203. Well, an exit point would have been when it started to break down below here and it came back up to, so whenever it broke down and the price touched down below this red line, that would have been an exit point for me. And so then that would have been at 204.39 for a small gain. So I trade this way a lot, and on these short squeezes, this is a great way to trade. So if you see the market just really surging and you're looking for an entry point, the thing you want to look for is for this cross and then for it to cross negative before you exit. Now, here's the thing you need to understand. You need to understand what these are. Okay, so this line right here is the 13 EMA. This line right here is the 48 EMA. And so this is a 1348 cross. And so then it makes sense to enter. And then the same down here, this makes sense to exit here once you have that negative cross of those 2 lines. And so you can trade that way and definitely make money in the market. This will help you to be more profitable. It works a lot better on stocks that are really surging and really squeezing. And so, yes, these are day trade type of things. Day trading is extremely risky. And here's what happens is you can get in here and then get emotional and say, oh, well, I don't want to get out. I think it's going to go further. No, when it crosses, you need to get out because it's usually the coming of bad things, as you can see right here. So this is a way that I like to trade. I like to trade with the 5-minute chart to help me and I've had success using this, and it's definitely been good for me, and I hope it can be good for you. But if you see the Russell really surging on Monday, if this was an overreaction to all this Ukraine news, then we could see that. So we have 5 different stocks here that really should move on if the market definitely moved positive. The high short percentage, high borrow fee rate, we could see a short squeeze, and I love short squeeze of these stocks, and so this is what we need to look for. Okay, so the very first one is BLNK. Let's go to the daily chart. BLNK, and this is Blink Charging, has a 40.99% short and 52.81% borrow fee rate. So it's very expensive to borrow shares, and those that are short are paying 52.81% APR. And then there is the 40.99% that are short. So there is a lot of people in the float that are short on this stock, which means that if the market moves upwards quickly, this is a stock that could really be explosive and one to watch on Monday. So how would you do that? Well, you would go to the 5-minute chart, and just like I'm talking about before, you would wait to see this line cross above the red line, and that would be an entry point. And then as far as an exit point, you would see on the other way down. Now, this has been, you can see here that we started off green here, and then we had a negative cross. This is a tough day to look at because this is Friday that we're looking at. It was such a bad day on the market because of the Ukraine news, which I believe was an overreaction. There hasn't been an invasion yet. I know a lot are wanting to get out ahead of that. And again, this is a day trading strategy with a very risky stock, so you need to keep that in mind. I'm not a financial advisor. I'm not giving you financial advice. I'm just saying that these are some different stocks that have a high chance of really moving on short activity. And if you can pay attention and you can sit at your computer and actually trade on Monday, this would be good if there's an actual big move here. Now, if you can't do that, then it's not a good idea probably to do this style of trading. All right, let's go to the next one, and it's Evgo, ticker symbol EVGO. Let's go to the daily chart. And we have our daily chart here, and you can see that this one's moving up. And what's good about this one is that it's got a 32.68% short percentage, 63.80% borrow fee rate, and so very expensive to short again. So this is another one that could be really explosive, and this is number 4 according to the algorithm that I use. All right, number 3 is INDO. This is Indonesia Energy. And you see this one's really squeezed in the past big time. 14.54% short, 127.78% borrow fee rate. So very expensive to borrow shares. There's some covering here. You can definitely see that this is some interesting action, and this could continue upward. So it will be interesting to see how the market reacts on Monday for this. Number 2 is BBIG. This is Vinco Ventures. And 31.63% short, 103.61% borrow fee rate. And so this is one that is been very explosive in the past. You can see it went from $2.16 all the way to $5.49. Now it's come all the way back down, and we are at $3.22, just kind of sitting here. High short percentage, high borrow fee rate. This is one that can get moving, especially if it got past this level right here, which is $3.55. We could see a move all the way up to $4.20 on that one. So that one's really interesting to see. All right, number 1 is ARDS, and this is Aridis Pharma, and 29.11% short and 105.38% borrow fee rate. Again, extremely expensive. This one has some momentum on it. It's trading above that. We just had a cross. When you're looking, this is the 1348 on the daily chart, which this is a daily type of trade. And now we've just had that move upwards here. So if we got a good move in the market, this is one where we could see continued short covering, and this could really, really shoot up. Anyway, wasn't able to cover this on Friday. The reason being is because, and I usually do my short squeeze video on Friday, so this is kind of different with it coming out on a Sunday evening, but I was unable to do that, and the market really wasn't the right climate. I felt very confident that it would not be successful just because the climate wasn't right. So I did not come out with a video for that reason. But now looking into Monday, these are some different stocks to watch, especially if it's an overreaction. Now, if it's not an overreaction and you hear of Russia going into Ukraine, well, then it's just best to stay away from all of these picks, and this video is moot point. But I wanted to come out with this if it exists where we could get a nice move, and so it'll be interesting to see what happens. I wish you all the best in the stock market. Please be careful. Please have a strategy before you enter a stock, a reason why you would exit. I wish you all the best, and Raythoven out.